Welcome back. Here in Nigeria, the Cross River State Governor, Professor Ben Ayade, is asking the federal government to revisit the condition of the displaced Bakassi indigents. The governor made the call at the Government House in Calabar, the state capital. He's also insisting that the federal government grants the state hydrocarbon exploration rights.
Life has not been easy for displaced persons from Bakassi since the Nigerian government ceded what they say is their ancestral land to Cameroon over a decade ago. More than 3,000 of them were chased out of their communities about 5 years ago by Cameroonian gendarmes and ended up at this primary school. Every trace of formal education ended a long time ago. Juliet's schooling stopped at JSS 3 in 2015. Yet, she does what she can for the younger ones, which is obviously far from sufficient.
The boys sit on a small chair.
The classrooms have become their living quarters, and some have resorted to manual labor to earn a living.
Now that school have resumed, we don't even have the hope of going to school again. Some of us, we have future. We have something to do in our future, but there is no way that we can do that now because of school fee. Some of my age mates now, they are pregnant. Some of them, they are married. Some of us, like me, they will come and pay us, enter the farm just to get a little money.
The Cross River State Governor believes that neglecting the IDPs could undermine the nation's security.
That since Cross River State have found oil in the southern senatorial district, in the central and in the northern senatorial district, and that we have found gas. One of the easiest ways to assuage the state is a discretionary approval of a frontier exploration rights for Cross River State to explore our hydrocarbon resources for our good. You cannot disassociate security from economy.
A former senator who's been vocal about the plight of the internally displaced persons of Bakassi is also crying out.
If the government of Nigeria can at least pity us and take the children out of the camp, so that they can be in a natural place of abode and go to school. And if possible, government should offer them scholarship, because we have not been compensated.
If the governor's words are anything to go by, it would be wise for the government to pay attention to the welfare of internally displaced persons in the interest of security and economic development.
Since coming to power, Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa has continued to drive his mantra that his country is open for business. As if to prove a point, he's offering U.S. President Donald Trump a land at the tourist resort of Victoria Falls to build a golf course. President Trump is well known for having built golf courses across the U.S. and in other parts of the world. The Zimbabwean president made the offer at the World Economic Forum meeting in Switzerland in January. In South Sudan, Dr. Evan Atta Adaha runs the only functioning hospital in Maban County, serving a population of 200,000 people, most of them refugees. He emerged winner of the 2018 Nansen Refugee Award that honors individuals who have gone above and beyond the call of duty to help people displaced from their homes.
Evan Atta Adaha, a 52-year-old doctor who runs the only hospital in northeastern Maban County, bagged the 2018 Nansen Refugee Award for his humanity and selflessness. Nansen Refugee awardees are recognized by the United Nations Refugee Agency, UNHCR, for dedicating their time to help people forced from their homes.
I am always happy when I realize what the work that I have done have saved somebody from suffering or have saved life. It makes me happy. That is the thing really which is driving me, that I want to see somebody, I have done something that is gives that person happiness.
Former awardees include Eleanor Roosevelt and Luciano Pavarotti. South Sudan, the world's youngest country, has been ravaged by civil war since 2013 after clashes erupted between troops loyal to President Salva Kiir and his former deputy, Riek Machar. The government recently signed a peace agreement with rebels, but the 5-year-long war has had a devastating impact. Adaha, known locally as Dr. Atta, has been running Maban Hospital, which was once an abandoned health clinic in the northeastern town of Bunj since 2011. When he first arrived, he said there was no operating theatre and he had to stack tables to create a work area. Over the years, he has transformed the hospital and created a maternity ward and nutrition center, as well as trains young people as nurses and midwives. The 120-bed hospital now serves around 200,000 people living in Mabon County, 70% of whom are refugees, and conducts about 60 operations weekly, but under very difficult circumstances.
It's really so important that what we are really serving, we are serving the human beings. It's not really our problem of saying, for instance, these are refugees and these are hot community. We receive the patient as a sick person. Sick person is a person whom we give the services, and in my opinion, every person who suffers and we have the ability of giving the services, we should give him the services.
Although the hospital receives support from UNHCR, Adaha says a lack of funds remains his biggest challenge to treating everyone who needs help.
The issue is if I leave, if I don't do it, either it will increase the suffering of those patients, or even some of them may die. So when I compare between the death of a human being and my rest is nothing.
The Nansen Refugee Award ceremony takes place on October 1 in Geneva, and the winner will receive $150,000 to fund the project complementing their work.
South African students are racing solar cars across the country as college and university teams from various parts of the world head out on a 5,000 kilometers race. They are taking part in the 2018 South Africa Solar Challenge, testing solar-powered vehicles that was designed and built by students.
The South Africa Solar Challenge kicked off over the weekend with 9 teams testing the limits of solar power in a road race from Pretoria to Cape Town. The 6th edition of the challenge will see vehicles covering distances between 2,500 and 5,000 kilometers through 18 towns over 8 days. Teams from various colleges and universities in Netherlands, Switzerland, China and South Africa are taking part.
The solar cars, it's something that looks futuristic, so who wouldn't want to be part of a team that's dealing with something that would sort of solve a problem such as fuel in future, because we would want to see us having solar cars just so that you drive to wherever you want to drive to without having to spend money for fuel.
The participating teams design and build their own solar power vehicles. The competition seeks to highlight efforts being made by countries to inspire green technology at home.
This event in South Africa is considered to be one of the tougher events in the world because it's out on the highway, because it crosses the country. We're going through different climatic zones from north of Johannesburg down to the coast and around the coast to Cape Town. We're going to see a variety of different conditions.
While South Africa has 5 teams taking part this year, reigning champions Delft University from the Netherlands will be defending their title in a competition of speed and endurance. The cars are expected to complete the final leg on Sunday, September 30th in Stellenbosch, where the teams will display their cars and interact with members of the public to raise awareness about advances in solar energy.
Reigning African women's basketball champions, the Tigress, has set another record at the ongoing FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. The team this evening became the first African team to advance to the quarterfinals of basketball's most respected tournament. The girls beat Greece 57-56 points in a thrilling tie to book a last 8 clash with basketball powerhouse the United States. They now join the 4 group leaders and playoff qualifiers, Japan, in Friday's quarterfinals. Congratulations to them. They've made everyone happy. Thanks for watching. I'm Teniola Shaboale.